The Forgotten Scrolls. Before names were given to the world, before land was divided and time learned how to count itself, truth was not spoken. It was sealed. The elders of the First Age feared memory. They knew that some truths were too heavy for men to carry forever, so they bound them into scrolls made from earth, fire, and breath. When the last seal was pressed, the elders vanished, and the scrolls were buried where only time could reach them. They were called the Forgotten Scrolls. For centuries, the world learned how to live without remembering. Kingdoms rose on stolen ground. Promises were broken and rewritten as history. Voices that once shaped the land faded into dust. And the earth, though silent, never forgot. On a night when the moon burned red, a lone traveler named Elian walked through the ruins of a civilization that had erased its own name. He was not searching for power. He was running from loss. As his feet touched the cracked stone, the ground trembled, not in warning, but in recognition. The ruins exhaled. A fracture opened beneath him, revealing a single scroll wrapped in ash, its seal unbroken, its surface warm like living skin. The moment Elian touched it, pain split through his palm. Symbols ignited, carving themselves into his flesh. The world collapsed into light. He saw cities rise from dust and return to it. He saw land stolen by ink and force. He saw blood spilled in the name of forgetting. He heard voices crying not for justice, but for remembrance. When Elian awoke, the scroll was gone. Only the mark on his hand remained, glowing faintly, breathing with his pulse. From that night onward, Elian could hear the past. The ground spoke beneath his feet. Stones whispered names no one remembered. Rivers told stories of borders that never existed. Everywhere he went, forgotten truths followed him like shadows. People began to change around him. A blind woman touched his hand and wept, seeing her ancestors for the first time. A broken warrior dropped his sword, remembering why he once protected the weak. A land long claimed by lies rejected false ownership and cracked open its secrets. But remembrance is dangerous. There were others who knew of the scrolls, men who fed on silence, rulers who built power on erased history. They felt the world shifting and called Elian a threat. They hunted him. Villages burned in his wake. Witnesses disappeared. Each truth restored demanded a life, a sacrifice, or a scar. At the edge of a city devoured by flame, Elian finally understood. The scroll had not chosen him to be saved. It had chosen him to carry the weight. Kneeling on scorched earth, blood and ash on his hands, Elian made an oath, not to gods, not to kings, but to time itself. I will speak what was buried. I will remember what the world tried to kill. Even if my voice fades, the truth will remain. The mark on his palm burned bright. From that moment, Elian ceased to be a man alone. He became a vessel, a witness, a keeper of what must never be lost again. And when he finally vanished, whether by blade, age, or memory itself, the stories did not die. They lingered in whispers, in ruins, in land that refused to forget, waiting for the next voice, for the next hand, for you. Because some truths are not meant to be buried forever. They are meant to be remembered. This is the Forgotten Scrolls.